What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I have my BOXYCHARM base box to unbox and try on. So I have everything on. I'm gonna do it like I did my Ipsies. So I filmed all of the try on stuff and now we're gonna talk about it and I will show you the try on process. So let's go ahead and just dive right in, basically. So BOXYCHARM base box September. Let's talk about it. First up, let's talk about what I'm most excited for because I do love Ace Beaute. This is the Violet Sage palette. I'm so mad at myself. One use and it's already dirty. So this is what she looks like. I basically started with Hydrangea as my deepest shade in the crease. I blended out with Violet and then I further blended out with the shade Begonia around the edges. So it's got like this little hint of a light soft pink blur to it. Today I am in the weirdest mood and I just kind of like threw it on. I wasn't entirely careful with it, so I don't know, I made it a little bit messier than it really needed to be, but I typically love their palette formula and I'm really excited to play with this. On the lid I took the shade Wisteria. I did wet it to get a little bit more intense shine out of it, which worked nicely. And then for the lower lash line I took the shade Juniper really close to the lashes and then blended it heavily with the shade Sage. I really wanted to pull in like the colors of the packaging because I just thought it was so pretty, so I was like, why not do both? I think the look turned out really pretty. It was actually minimal effort. It looks like, maybe from a distance it looks like crazy good. I feel like my blending around the edges could have been better, but I was kind of impatient today. She's in a weird mood. So this palette goes for $32. As I said, I really like Ace Beaute, so I love their products. I was really excited to see this in my base box, so I felt like let's talk about the good stuff first. So next up, the actual first thing I put on was the Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer. This is the shade South Beach. This was pretty intense. Like I basically took it on a brush and then kind of like put it on my arm to see, and I really had to get like almost all the excess off to where it was just like the tiniest bit on the brush because it was pretty intense, but it did blend out nicely. When I first like did the initial like poop, it was like my first little like dab, I was like, oh, that's too pigmented, but it actually blended out nicely. So I don't have any complaints, but I don't know if there might be a better shade for me in this formula. This goes for $25. It says it's an oil controlling formula, but it also has a sheen to it that would give you a bit of a glow, so that's cool. This, I still want to try this some more, but I'm not entirely sold on this. So this is the Wander Beauty On The Glow Blush and Illuminator. I went really soft and it gave almost glossy cheek look. It doesn't look like a lot of highlight, it just looks like it has a nice sheen to the skin. I will say this, my foundation, I tried mixing a couple things today that aren't entirely agreeable, so my foundation's separating a little bit, but if you can look past that, this actually does not emphasize texture whatsoever, which is a great thing about cream highlighters. So this goes for $38. It says an award-winning multitasking delivers a full look in the palm of your hand for cheek, lips, eyes, and body. This would be good for body. Streamlining your beauty routine, blah, 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 blah. The blush was a pretty color. It's kind of a neutralish, probably not what I'd pick to go with this eye look, but it's whatever. It gave kind of a subtle, natural kind of finish. Once again, a good little sheen to it. I like it. I kind of would just like to use it on another day when my foundation's a little less so much. I feel like today it got a little bit separate-y and I just applied a little much for this. This I think would be a really nice like simple makeup day. This would be really great. I got a set of lip liners from Basic Beauty that I actually have had before. Cocoa is what I put on. These are nice pencils. They're very creamy. I like a pencil better that is a little bit stiffer, that will stay around the edges a bit more. It is nice for filling in the lips. However, this goes for $24. I mean, you get 2 lip liners, so that's not bad. It says they're creamy, long-lasting, hydrating, and smoothly glide onto lips and blend with little to no effort. I would say that's 100% accurate. I wouldn't give these any like long-term mega wear kind of stamp of approval, but everything they say about it, absolutely, and I do think they're really nice for filling in the lips, like I said. And then the last item is from Vintage by Jessica. I think it's Libeskind. First off, the packaging is very pretty. It's a very like classy packaging, and this is the shade Pink Sequin. I'll put a little bit more on. I thought this would kind of like pink up the brown lip a little bit, but it's pretty sheer. This is the kind of color gloss that I like a little hints of color but nothing opaque. That's not really my go-to. But I don't like that this has a brush applicator. That's just like a weird thing that I have a memory of, like brush tip glosses, and I just don't like them anymore. In a lot of ways they are nice for the application, but for some reason it's just not my preference. But this is a thicker, stickier kind of formula. It's not incredibly sticky, but I know like a small gust of wind I would have like hair plastered to my lips. It's funny that it's Vintage is the brand, because this reminds me of an old school lip gloss. This reminds me of a good 10 years ago going on a cruise, and I thought I was so fancy. I bought this little set of Chanel lip glosses. They were minis, and I thought that was the fanciest thing I had ever done. I didn't really love them that much because they were kind of like this. I don't know, I'm picky about my glosses. This isn't bad by any means, but it just feels kind of like thick. This goes for $25. It says it's a sparkling lip gloss to give your lips a glittery glow with sheer reflective formula, luminous shine, and sophisticated shimmer. I do like the way it looks though. I feel like I said too much negative stuff about this. It just feels a little bit more old school. It doesn't feel like a lot of the glosses that I've had recently that are almost more of like a lip oil texture or feel balmier on the lips. I don't know. So $25 for this. I do think, I mean, I don't typically pay $25 for lip glosses. When I think about like my Moira glosses I love, I think they're like $8 or something. So I would go that route, but I will use this. I do think it looks really pretty. I think the shine on the lips is really, really cute. So no complaints really, just there you go. I don't know, why am I still talking? So definitely most excited for the palette. As I already said up front, that was a given, but everything was pretty good. I am happy that I got to try the formula of the face products. The lips are like just shy of what I love the most. You know what I mean? Like I like them, but it's not my standard like most reach for type of product, but that's not a bad thing whatsoever. Everything in here I can absolutely use 100%, which is great, and I'm excited to try other looks with this palette. Like I'm looking at these two shades are a whole vibe alone, like really pretty fall color. Ooh, that's pretty. That is that. And yeah, I felt like this is a pretty good box. Y'all let me know what you think about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know what YouTube is doing with my last video. They really did not push it out to anyone. So if you haven't seen, I did try on my Ipsy regular glam bag. If you want to see that, it's my previous video. It's really extremely low views, like to the point where I think like it's YouTube, like something's weird. It was a really short video. I don't know if they're just like not pushing short videos. I would think that would be better if nothing else. Like super long ones would probably be worse. So yeah, I don't know. If you didn't see that, I'm not surprised. But if you want to check it out, it's my previous video. I would love if you guys would show some love, and maybe YouTube will let it out of jail. Yeah, so I hope you guys have an amazing day, and that's all. I'll see you in my next video really soon. Bye.